Hello, friends. Yesterday we gave a case study pertaining to illegal phone tapping through spyware software. Now, today we would like to discuss that case study and see what can be the model answer for that. As you know, alternate days we are taking one case study and one theoretical question. So today is the turn of case study. So now let us see what was the case study and what can be the model answer for that. Uh, Now we'll directly start with the answer. When surveillance escapes scrutiny, liberty becomes collateral. So basically, this is again a very catchy statement to begin with, because it will attract the examiner's attention immediately. Because in this case, as you know, illegal phone tapping through Pegasus software has taken place, and you are part of a committee probing illegal phone tapping, high level committee. So, well, committee has to recommend and give report and take action. So, when surveillance escapes scrutiny, liberty becomes collateral. So, here liberty has been compromised. So, as a member of high level committee investigating illegal phone tapping through Pegasus type spyware, I uncovered direct involvement of senior officials. Here, senior officials are involved. This violates constitutional rights, erodes public trust, and demands a firm ethical and legal response. So, what can be the ethical and legal response in this case? We will understand and see in subsequent paras. Now, let us see what are ethical and constitutional violations which has been done in this case. The Act breaches Article 21 because Article 21 has, I mean, that is right to life, has also been interpreted by Supreme Court to include right to privacy. So, right to privacy has been breached here, and this has been affirmed in the case Justice Case Puttaswamy versus Union of India 2017. In this case, it has been affirmed that right to privacy is part of Article 21. So this has been breached here. Article 19(1)(a), that is freedom of speech, has also been breached because somebody is tapping your phone, somebody is monitoring illegal surveillance somebody is doing. So it means you are not free to speak what you want. So Article 19(1)(a) has also been violated. So besides these constitutional provisions, what are the ethical uh, values and principles and theories also which have been violated? So it violates Kant's imperative, uh, categorical imperative, uh, Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative of treating persons as ends, not as a means. It has been violated. Then Raoult's theory of fairness, it has been violated. And also Ambedkar's principle of constitutional morality has been violated, which demands that power should submit to legality. So all these legal and ethical provisions have been violated by this case. Now, what will be the corrective measures? Let us understand that. Because, I mean, high level officials are involved in doing irregular thing, and you are a part of committee investigating this. So definitely you are not going to directly take any action because you are a member of committee. So committee will submit a report to somebody who has appointed this committee, and then that authority or the concerned authorities will take action against that. However, this committees in which you are a member, basically responsibility of this committee is to recommend properly what action needs to be taken. So that's what has to be told clearly. So uh, accordingly, actions have been proposed. If you see, submit an unaltered report to Cabinet Secretariat and constitutional authorities, other constitutional authorities who are related. So unaltered report, unaltered report has to be submitted. Recommend in that report proceedings under Indian Telegraph Act 1885, Information Technology Act 2000, and BNS Section 13, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. This has replaced IPC. You may be knowing, all of you already know. So BNS Section 73. So all these three acts, Indian Telegraph Act, Indian Information Technology Act, and BNS, under relevant provisions of these acts, action should be recommended against the guilty persons. Propose an independent judicial inquiry You also recommend an independent judicial inquiry, probably headed by a retired Supreme Court judge with powers of evidence and publication. So that also is required because they should be given the powers to take evidence, call the witnesses, and all those things. So that also needs to be done. Next is institutional safeguards. What institutional safeguards you will propose so that subsequent such violations do not take place? Enforce the Digital Personal Data Protection Act with autonomy for its regulatory authority. So this is first one recommendation. Establish a surveillance oversight tribunal modeled on the pattern of UK's investigatory powers tribunal. Then strengthen the Whistleblowers Protection Act, especially for intelligence sector disclosures. So these things can be recommended as institutional safeguards. Now to conclude, again with a very important quote or quotation-like sentence, unchecked surveillance corrodes the very institutions meant to protect liberty. And again, we'll quote Paul H. Appleby, warned ethical administration must challenge misuse of power even when power lies within the system itself. So this is the again important quote from Appleby, and this concludes the answer for this case study. Now let us see what question we are going to take tomorrow with theoretical question. Now question is like this: explain how emotional intelligence can enhance empathy and accountability in dealing with marginalized groups. So this question is very specific. Emotional intelligence, how it can enhance empathy and accountability in dealing with marginalized groups. To that extent only you have to explain. So you have to be very, very careful in wording of the question. You cannot write something which has not been asked, because then you will be penalized and you will not get better marks. So this question we will be dealing tomorrow, and we'll first discuss and then try to find out what is the model answer. As you might have noted, the questions are from emotional intelligence chapter, last 4 or 5 questions, and next 2 3 again it will continue. So I'm going chapter wise actually. So from every chapter 10 to 12 questions have been taken. So at this point of time we are discussing emotional intelligence chapter. So therefore the most of the questions are from that. uh, earlier videos also I have requested, I have told you, now also again I'm telling, if you or any of you, any viewer want me to take any case study or any other questions from ethics, you can suggest in comment box. I will be taking in coming days. So please do that. Feel free to give your suggestions also how to improve it further. Accordingly, we will try to understand your requirement, and accordingly we will try to further improve upon. Now, thank you for watching this video. We'll meet again tomorrow with the model answer for the theoretical question from emotional intelligence. Thank you one and all.